Till the Pulse Nightclub shooting last year, the nation's deadliest mass shooting was the Virginia Tech massacre. The shooter was a Virginia Tech student from Fairfax County. Seung Hui Cho opened fire in a dorm and then in classrooms, killing 32 people and then himself. Northern Virginia Bureau Chief Peggy Fox covered that shooting, the families and the survivors. And today she talked to a mom of one of those survivors. Peg?
Well, Leslie, you know, all those emotions from those dark hours of waiting to hear if your son or daughter is alive come rushing back for these parents when there's another mass shooting like this.
This tragedy is just of such horrific proportions that, you know, the ripple effects are just going to be broad. Many hundreds of communities are going to be affected by this one.
Lori Haas's daughter Emily was a student at Virginia Tech 10 years ago. On April 16, 2007, she was in French class in Norris Hall when Seung Hui Cho went from room to room shooting people. Emily was hit.
The EMT handed Emily her cell phone and said, "Call your mother, this is bad. She needs to hear from you." So I got a call from Emily pretty early on.
Lori Haas was lucky. Her daughter survived.
Emily is a very strong person, you know, to live through what she lived through and to go back to the scene of her attempted murder day in and day out for 2.5 years to get her degree, I think is amazing.
But the Las Vegas shooting opens up those raw emotions once again.
You know, and the fear and the anxiety and the grief and the emotion, it's just overwhelming. It's just my heart goes out to those families.
Haas, like other parents and survivors of the Virginia Tech massacre, has now become an advocate for gun control. She is the Virginia State Director for the Coalition to Stop Gun Violence.
You can speculate on every situation, you know, what the gunman did, what he didn't do, how he got it, but we don't know enough facts in this situation. All I know is we have an epidemic of gun violence in America that is not being addressed. It is being ignored by the very persons who have the ability to do something about it, and they're in the pocket of the gun lobby, and I find that disgusting.
Now, Cho had a severe mental illness, but because he was not institutionalized, he bought his guns legally. The law has since been tightened to close that gap. However, background checks are only federally mandated when purchasing guns from gun dealers. Leslie?
All right, Peg. And just a reminder, you can stay up to date 24 hours a day with everything that's happening in Las Vegas. Just download our WUSA 9 Breaking News app.